Hello everyone, this is the long-awaited The Strength of the Few by James Islington, and I only made it about that far and gave up. So, it starts off really good. The thing about the previous book, do I have it sitting here somewhere? I sure do. There's Will of the Many. My description of this book was that in all areas, I wasn't amazed by anything, but it's really, really good. I page turned this thing. I didn't want to put it down. It just kept plodding along well. I mean, well, and well written. He's a very good writer. I'm going to tell you that right now. Islington is a very good writer. But this started to just kind of fall apart. Biz, our lead guy, has been split into three beings and taking place in three different worlds. That's where the last book was left off. And so you get kind of an existential moment where one of them realizes, well, I'm the copy, so what is that going to make me in the big scheme of things? And maybe if I had stayed with it, there'd be something along that journey to talk about. In the main one, Viz is now going to be part of the government. And in fact, there's this great scene of politics that takes place in the beginning of the book where he is challenged, and it's going to be something very physical and dangerous, and he falls into it was a trap. They were goading him and playing to his ego because they were trying to take him down a notch. They didn't want him to have a certain title in his part of the government, and he accepts, and he winds up humbling them, and they have to kind of acquiesce, but then he realizes, oh, by the way, someone else is going to get this other position over here, and he realized he was tricked, and they go back and forth like that. It's really good the way it's presented. That's politics in a book that's good instead of just boring, at least at the start. One of the other business, the point of the first book was he was taken and used as a tool to find the long-lost brother of this politician, this very powerful politician. And he does. And he's this helpful guy, and I kept thinking, he's a little too helpful. Is he going to wind up being a bad guy or not? Again, I'm not going to find out. And he's going to be used as a tool to assassinate this god. Sounds great. At first, a lot of the characters that he spent time with, his fellow students in this, weren't there, but then they start popping up and working themselves in the story. I'm like, oh, good. So far, so good. And then one other thing, too, I actually want to say. He is, like, in this, he's basically Batman. The term Gary Sue comes up because he just wins at everything. I actually wound up liking it and finding it interesting that way. And this way, but he was a tool. He was still being used. He doesn't have any freedom or agency. He's being pushed around from place to place. And in this, that continues in spades. I mean, now there's three of them with three different storylines, and everybody's like, you're going over here. Now you're going over here. Now you're going to do this. Now you got to do that. And he can't be his own person. He has a flash of it because his adopted father, with a lot of power over him, he stands before him now. He goes, we're done. We're done with this. You telling me what to do crap. I'm not going to have it. And I thought maybe there was going to be some, eventual huge butting heads over people in power, father and son. But again, I didn't make it. And the reason I didn't make it is because then it starts to just get flat, where the scenes just take too long to describe and get through. Just on and on. It's like, okay, you gotta move. I have a problem with, there's chunkers I've read that I just page turning, and this wasn't one of them. I started kind of having to go back. Let me reread that so I'm clear here. Because I wanted to keep reading. I wanted to love this. And I did at first. It was really good. And then, I don't know where did I make it to? About 339 is the page. I'm like, I just can't do this anymore. And I want to say like that in the previous 75 pages, I'm starting to get worried. Like, this is not, it's not it's not kickstarting here. It's taking too long. It's like someone decided to, like with this one, it was like somebody, I'm writing a movie. I got a couple hours, even though this is a bit of a chunker, it does what it does, and it just moves right along. This one's like, no, I'm gonna do like a 20 episode season of a TV show, and I'm just gonna take my sweet ass time. I'm gonna take my time with the dialogue. I'm gonna take my time with the descriptions. I'm gonna take my time with any journey that's taken here. And it fell apart kind of quickly, despite the fact that it was going so damn slow. And I just lost interest halfway. This is 700 pages. I know it was over 600. I saw 699 flipping through there. Oh, 707. I didn't quite make it. Didn't quite make it halfway. And I'm just disappointed. The reviews for this do run the spectrum. There's some people who agree with me. They're very few. Everybody else is 4 and 5 stars. Oh, this is a worthy sequel to the great Will of the Many. And I just don't think that it was. That sucks so much. I was actually worried because work takes up a lot of my time, and as big as a book this was, and the fact that I got it a day later than I usually start books, I wasn't gonna make it on time to make a video for today. Well, I sure did, because I just quit halfway through it. And there you go, the strength of the view. That is my official review. Next week. So last year, one of my best reading years ever, I read China Meow for the first time, Perdido Street Station, which I cannot recommend enough. You talk about a chunker that I could not put down. I read through that every hour that I could. I had a lot of time off last summer, so I was able to get through it fast. And so here's my second book from him. This is Embassy Town by China Meow. In the far future, humans have colonized a distant planet, home to the enigmatic Arikai, sentient beings famed for a language unique in the universe, one that only a few altered human ambassadors can speak. I guess this is a name or a title, maybe a title and a name. A Vice Benner Cho, a human colonist, has returned to Embassy Town after years of deep space adventure. She cannot speak the Arikai tongue, but she is an indelible part of it, having long ago been made a figure of speech, a living simile in their language. When distant political machinations deliver a new ambassador to Arikai, the fragile equilibrium between humans and aliens is violently upset. Catastrophe looms, and advice is torn between competing loyalties, to a husband she no longer loves, to a system she no longer trusts, and to her place in a language she cannot speak, but which speaks through her, whether she likes it or not. I promise you that I actually read better than I speak, so I don't want to sit there reading books going, boop, 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 boop. But that's it. That's next week, and not as big a book. I should be able to get through that pretty easy. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.